seems lost, thoughts lead you astray. Then I cry, then I feel pain. Why do I suffer so much? I would love to feel your touch. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Save me before I pass out. Save me before I pass out. Before I pass out.
everybody, the time is now, and we're getting ready to start for Tier 5, Round 6 for Las Vegas. It's time Yeah, Las Vegas. Here you can see the beautiful Las Vegas track. And as always, we've got the casinos and the fake Eiffel Tower and all of the goodies that we love to see. That big long straight called the Strip. And we got ourselves a 17 turn circuit. I call it 15 because 2 of them aren't turns. 3.8 miles, a very long 1.2 mile straight, I want to say it is. And it is an awesome circuit. Let's get straight into it. I don't even want to tell you guys any more about it. Your commentator today is going to be me, the one and only D-Master OG. And we're already in the session, so I'm not going to waste any of your time or my time. Just go ahead and do me one favor. Before we get started, go ahead and like the stream. It really supports us in MRL, and it really supports me knowing that you like my commentary, because I'm the best commentator here in MRL other than Andy and Punju. Those are the two GOATs, and I can't compete against them. Anyways, before I get into any more banter, let's get straight in. How about that? Oh, game? Hello? There you go. We can see the game now. So, as you can see here, we are already underway. We've got 16 minutes left onto the timing board. Let's go ahead and get the fastest lap out here. Okay. Who do we have going on for their first lap? It's going to be DB Monkey. DB Monkey starting the first lap of the day. Tier 5 is going to be one to watch out for. These guys have practiced all week, and I can see that he's already getting a little bit impeded by that RB. It looks like that was John Does Work. No, sorry, that was Rockin' Rowdy. Rockin' Rowdy not having the best of times there, having already impeded DB Monkey. DB Monkey still looks to be on a push lap, so it must have not impeded him too much. First sector time is going to be right, actually, I didn't even see the first sector time. It just flashed. Doesn't matter. Alrighty. Just want to make sure we're live. Nobody's in chat yet. Go ahead and drop something in chat, guys. Chat looks a little bit too empty. Drop a like on the stream. Give us a good little chat. Make sure we're here, we're live, we're alive, and we gotta love it. If y'all can't read my shirt, it says good vibes only. We got the good vibes here at MRL as we got down this very long straight with DB Monkey. He did a pretty decent second sector. Looked like he didn't have too big of a problem there. It does look like he's running a little bit low on ERS. Morning, D-Master Echo 1. Morning to ya. It's a little bit after afternoon for me, but that works. 32.6 is the benchmark time for the first person coming through. Next is going to be Breduardo. He did a 32.7, so we're pretty nicely starting it off here. Next person across the line is going to be Shazam. He's going to split both of them just about a 10.3 back from the qualifying time right now, and we got it just absolutely smashed. 7/10 the gap to Quags, doing a really good lap so far. Quags is on it straight from the beginning. Next across the line is going to be Mock Mage, his team principal for Alpine. He's going to have his first run at 32.96, so that's going to put him P5 for the time being after NATO G came across the line and did a 32.0. Chimes are dropping, everybody, and it is time to see what we can get out of these guys. A little wide over the curbs there for Ted, as I had to go on board with him just as he did that. Just in front of him, John Does Work is gonna finish his qualifying run, and he does a 31.9. That's gonna put him P2 right now, only about 600ths behind second place. Next across the line is gonna be Omarmo to start a lap. And then it's going to be DB Monkey again. He does not look to be on a flyer. You know who does look to be on a flyer? I don't. That's why I'm asking you. Snoop Francis actually looks like he's on a pretty decent lap there. Let's see what he's going to be able to do through that second sector. The two flat left and right corners. And then you're going to hold on to that right-hand side. Brake as late as you dare. Don't climb over that curb and go all the way wide to the wall. To the 55.9 middle sector. Not too bad. He's going to get a very distant slipstream from the guys ahead. What is he going to be able to do down this strip using a lot of battery, turning on the DRS halfway down, using no battery down the second half of that straight, braking as late as he dares, climbing all the way over the curb, getting it straightened out, and then getting on power really nice and smooth. No snaps of oversteer. That's good from Snoop Francis. What is he going to be able to do when he comes across the line, running out of ERS for the lap time? He does a 32.1, not too far off pole position for the time being. Next, we're gonna have a bunch of people coming through that final sector. Who's gonna be on a lap? Doesn't look like anybody. Omarmo might be on a lap, and he might be on a cooker here, going all the way, not all the way, going left tires over that curb. Thought he was gonna cut a little bit more. What's he gonna be able to do? He is not on a push lap, so, since you see there he has his full battery still. As everyone comes into the pits, he does a 35.0. Now I think he's going to start pushing on some battery. Maybe he didn't push on the battery. Maybe he did. Who knows? Now what's he going to be able to do here? He's going to turn on the overtake button, using all of it that he can. Next behind him is going to be the... I was going to say the Alpine, the Aston Martin of... looks like that's DB Monkey. Yes, it is. Letting go one of my McLaren boys. That's going to be Viper Swipes, setting his first lap time of the day. Omarmo is up on his time. Viper Swipes doing a 26.69 in the first sector. Pretty decent time. Climbs all the way over the curb, avoids that curb like plague, gets on power nice and smooth, goes a little wide of that apex, but gets on power really nice and smooth. So that's going to be a decent first sector, and start a second sector for him, going through now the fast right and left-handers, keeping all the way right that he can, and then getting on the brakes nice and late to go into this corner. Not carrying as much speed as he could have. You can see he corrected the wheel outwards to not hit the apex curb, but he is going to get a slipstream from his teammate. Here, the McLaren boys of Striker and Viper Swipes doing a good job to work together, giving the huge slipstream from Striker here. Striker, now you move out of the way, buddy. What are we doing? And then he misses the corner. What just happened, Striker? What are you doing, my man? And then, oh no. And then Viper Swipe just comes back on the track in front of DB Monkey. He wasn't on a lap, but that's just not what you want to see from my boys. You gotta do better than that, guys. Come on. You gotta be like the Alpines and the RBs, where they're doing perfect slipstreams. They did really good there. Gotta love it. All right, first sector time for DB Monkey. What's it gonna be? He did a pretty decent first corner. I didn't see his second corner because I was looking down at my phone. Someone messaged me. Let's see. Second sector time, 26.4. Not the best of times, not the worst of times. What's he gonna be able to do through the second sector? Decently climbing over the curb, stays in the middle of the track, misses the corner just a tad, as everyone is coming out for a second run on the Vegas Strip. Q1, 8 minutes left to go. Qualifying. Oh no, 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 no. That's going to be Striker in the wall. Unfortunate for him. Does he have front wing damage? Yes, he does, doing a cheeky 360. Or sorry, 180 to get back onto the track, but that's not what you want to see from the McLaren boys. Already struggling right now. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate. And yes, I do realize we still got the music going. Very quiet, but we still got it going. All right, everybody. Are we ready to see all of the qualifying laps from the people starting laps now, all of them coming across the first corners. Midnight keeping to the right hand side, now moving to the left so he doesn't get in the way of Berduardo. And then Berduardo has a really similar spin to what Hamilton had in qualifying. Now Rockin' Rowdy's going to be the next person on to qualifying, because the other two have already aborted their laps after a huge slap, tank slapper. And then you've got the whoa, way too deep for Rockin' Rowdy there. He did not make the corner, as we had Ted come across the line and set a benchmark time of 31.5. Really good lap time from Ted there, climbing all the way over the curb. John does work. He does a really good job to get on power there all the way through the corner, getting a really good traction out. Next car that he has to manage is going to be Midnight, and it's a little squirrely, it looked like, there on the brakes. John does work keeping it together. Now he's going to have a little bit of a slipstream, a very distant slipstream of Midnight ahead. Is he going to use that to his advantage? I very much assume so, because he is wanting every bit of lap time he can get. Quag's just ahead. It looks like he is on a qualifying run. Nope, never mind. He's coming into the pits. Now, what is John Doe's work going to be able to do? Getting a little bit more of a slipstream from the, oh, okay. Never mind. John Doe's work comes into the pits. Okay. Snoop Francis now going to be the next person to come across the line, as we have Breduardo going into the pits as well. Snoop Francis setting a 31.7, splitting P1 and 2. Haas are right now P2 and 3. Really good job from the Haas boys right now. Who is next across the line? It is going to be Rockin' Rowdy, after missing his corner and then missing another quarter. I think that's one for the count, guys. That is unfortunate for Rockin' Rowdy, but what I will say is he's still pushing. He's got a lot of time. He's got 5 minutes left on the clock. It's about a minute 30 lap time, so that means he can still go into the pits and go out for another 2 runs. Just about. So we're going to have more and more people coming out of the pits now. Viper Swipe is going to be starting his qualifying run. I'm going to ride on board with him, as we're going to see a lot better of a lap time than what he has recorded right now. 140.992. Now he's going to come through these final minutes of qualifying and do a better lap. Let's see what he does. Climbs all the way over the curb. Doesn't hit the inside curb, but gets good traction out of it anyways. And he's going to hold it very tight as he can. Pushes out wide and uses his overtake button. Once he comes out of that corner, really good stuff there from the McLaren to... oh, there's the other McLaren off in the distance. What is going on with McLaren today? We're all the way at the back and we're not seeming to get out of it. Let's get it together, my boys. All the way over the curb, all the way over the second curb as well. This has been a much tidier lap from Viper Swipe. Now he goes on the power, really nice and smooth. Doesn't get a kick out of the rear end. Now he's going to go through the fast right and left-handers of turn 10 and 11. Now to turn 12, he's going to go as fast as he can through the corner. No correction this time, but doesn't get on power as soon as he could. He's still a second up. So he's going to need to gain a lot of time back. He went purple middle. Is that going to be real purple middle, or is it going to be just a fake? What are we going to see through this final sector? This might be a monster lap for Viper Swipe, as we have almost everybody coming out of the pits now. DB Monkey starting his lap time. Same with Omarmo. We're going to get on with them very soon. Just ahead, we're going to have Quags starting his lap time as well. But first, we got to finish the lap of Viper Swipe. He had a good turn 14 and 15. And now he goes 32.4. That's going to put him in front of DB Monkey, who just started his lap time. He's going to need to respond. Viper Swipe doing a pretty good job. He's going to gain he needs to gain a little bit more if he does another run. Is he going to? Viper Swipes has a lot to catch up on. DB Monkey goes all the way over the curve and invalidates his lap time. That's going to be unfortunate for him. Let's see what Striker is going to be able to do. Yes, I'm biased towards my McLaren boys. They're at the back, right? They were at the back just a minute ago. Now, Striker needs to put in a banger lap time. He's going to brake late at the 100-meter board, and he's going to go all the way over the curb, getting as good as power as he can get it. This is going to be his final run, I'm assuming, because he's not going to have too much time to get another one in. Gets a little squirrely out of there. Gets a little squirrely out of there, too. He just doesn't feel planted in this car. I can see it. Really good traction out of there, so that's going to save him a little bit. Now, Quags is going down the main straight. He is 3/10 up on his lap time from the Sector 2 time. And now he's going to need to gain another 10th, maybe even more, to get pole position. What is he going to be able to do through the final 2 corners? And now he straight lines it over the curb, gets on power as much as he can, avoids going into the left-hand wall as Colapinto did earlier in the weekend, just yesterday. And he's going to come across the line. What is Quags going to do? He takes provisional pole with a 31.3, and that's going to be provisional pole. Is anybody going to be able to beat him? John Doe's Work is currently out on track trying to do that exact thing. Gets good power into the corner and out of the corner, gets good power as well. DB Monkey retiring from the session in the pits, no penalty for him. So who is next across the line? It's going to be a Ferrari, and that's going to be Breduardo. Where's he going to go? He improved his lap time, not his position. He is not doing great right now. Next across the line was Nato G. Did not improve by enough. He improved by 14,000, so did a really consistent lap time. Now, John Doe's Work has a slipstream down into the first corner of the Alpine. What is John Doe's Work going to be able to do? Comes across the line, 31.7. That's not going to improve his position. And, well, it is going to improve his position, but only into P3. Ted goes into P2. And, stays in P2 after retiring. That's not going to be an improvement for him. Snoop Francis is even on his lap time, so he's going to hope to get a little bit more. Mock Mage, let's see what his first sector is. It's a 10th up on his lap time, so he's doing a pretty decent job. Now, Great Ace is going to come across the line, and he's going to start his final run. Marmo putting it P4, improving by 0.3 of a second, just about in front of Snoop Francis. Now, Snoop Francis does have a chance to respond. Gets a good turn and gets a good exit all the way over the curb, and he's not on an improvement, but he does have a slipstream. A little bit of a slipstream from that Ferrari, even though he decided to stop. That is the smart thing for that Ferrari to do, because the Ferrari is now giving PMW Bum a slipstream. Just a slight one. Never mind. Okay, makes sense. Mock Mage just behind both of them. What is Snoop Francis going to be able to do? I didn't see his last sector, but it should be a decent sector. Let's see. Is he going to have enough for pole position? I doubt it. Yeah, he does not have enough for pole position, but he barely beats out Omarmo. And Omarmo is out. He does not have any more lap time to gain. But Mock Mage does. Mock Mage gains nearly half a second in that final sector, so really good lap time from Mock Mage to put him up to P8 in front of Viper Swipes, just about 500ths. This qualifying is tight everywhere you look. Pole position has about 2/10 gap, and then you've got another 2/10, 10.5 gap to John Doe's Work. But then you're going to have a very tight qualifying between John Doe's Work, Snoop Francis, and Omarmo. Just about 2/10 back is going to be PMW Bum. About a 10th back is going to be Nato G and P7. About 3/10 back, you're going to have Mock Mage. And then 5,000ths between him and Viper Swipes. Just about a 10.5 for DB Monkey. And then another 2/10 for Shazam and P11. Rounding out our points paying positions this season is going to be Midnight in P12. 13th is going to be Great Ace, just about 4/10. Eduardo P14. Rockin' Rowdy in P15. And Striker stays in P16 with no time on the board. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Let's go gambling. We're at Las Vegas. Let's go gambling. Good qualifying here for the Haas drivers. Taking pole position is Quags. Ted doing a really good lap time to P and P2. John does work in P3. Snoop Francis, the other hoss, in P4. Omarmo in P5. PMW Bum in P6. NATO G just behind in P7. Mock Mage in P8. And Viper Swipes P9. DB Monkey in P10. Shazam in P11. And Midnight, again, rounding out our top 12 points paying positions. Let's look at the standings real quick while we have a second and we're loading into the race session. We got Omarmo leading the standings right now on 86 points, having taken 2 wins in a row after taking 2 second places in a row earlier this season. John does work in P2, doing a really good job to keep that streak going. Ted in P3, he is also up there. VeloceAnt not being here today, but he is having still in P4. That's crazy. Quags been practicing. Nice lap. Yeah, I can tell. Striker is in P5, not having a great race today, but Quags in P6 doing an amazing job, taking his first pole position of the season. Mock Mage in P7, Great Ace in P8, PMW Bum in P9, and rounding out our top 10 is Electric Entree, I think that is. Can't see it from here. And that is going to be a reserve driver. Midnight in P11 and NATO G rounding out our top 12, tied with P11 actually with 15 points. Just further back we got Pogs, the one and only, Rockin' Rowdy in P14. And some more people getting low run points, as you can see there. Let's go through the constructors real quick. Red Bull leading that way. Never mind. We're going to go into the race. 4, 5 red lights are on, and away we go for Las Vegas. A little bit of a slope there in the back, as you can see, but a really good launch from Quags, and he got a really good launch. Ted goes wide, very wide, and John does work, takes it to position 3 wide. Ted trying to rejoin the track, and he's going to rejoin a couple of positions back. Ted now side by side with BMW Bum, and he rejoins the track in P4, and there must have been something going on. Snoop Francis is all the way down. Lost a couple of positions. NATO G now getting on the inside of PMW Bum, breaks later, and he does make the corner, and PMW Bum relinquishes that position. But John does work is now on a decline. Now he goes back behind Ted. Looks like Ted must have had something go on. Now Ted is in P3. Surprisingly, Omarmo is in P2. What has gone on there? Omarmo having a great start to the race here. Further back, we've got a spinner of Striker, and it looks like Shazam and Striker got into an incident. No, that was not Shazam. That was DB Monkey. So Viper and DB Monkey having a slight incident, and there's front wing damage for the Great Ace, the Williams here, not having the greatest of starts. Striker is already up into P11. He had a pretty decent start to make up some positions, as we're now on the very long straight. Is anybody going to make a move? Is everybody going to stay in a straight line? Nope, there's already someone pulling out of the slipstream. That's going to be Snoop Francis. BMW Bum trying to put the pressure on Snoop Francis, but did not work. They did not switch positions on that straight, and it looks like there's damage for John Doe's work on the right front wing. Has a little bit of damage there for John Doe's work. I don't know what incident he got into, but someone who didn't get into any incidents is Quags. He's driven a beautiful first lap, taking out 1.5 seconds to P3. Omarmo staying with him very well, but Omarmo is our championship leader. So really good job from Omarmo to stay with the lead driver at the moment. A little bit of a wall tap there, it looked like, for Snoop Francis. Now he's going to be pressured by NATO G. Is NATO G going to send one down the inside? I was expecting him to, but he did not. NATO G staying pretty calm and steady for the time being. Snoop Francis losing out time to the guys ahead. John Doe's work having pulled out a second from Snoop Francis. He's trying to hang on with Ted as they're trying to get back to the front runners, nearly going into the wall. Omarmo going wide into the corner. That lost him a little bit of time, just about a tenth and a bit, and that's going to gain back the time for Nate OG and Snoop Francis. And they're back into that DRS. They do have DRS this lap. Is anyone going to swap positions? Omarmo going for the outside line, and Quags just relinquishes the position, says, okay, you can take it. John does work doing the same thing to Ted, and Midnight doing the exact same thing to Mock Mage as well. Further back, we're going to have the Ferrari going around the outside of Shazam, the Mercedes, and the McLaren just ahead of Striker, trying to do their best to stay ahead. Now down the inside goes Mock Mage on Midnight. And then that move was nice and smoothly done. Midnight relinquishing the position back to Mock Mage for the time being. There's calamity going on. These guys are really, really close by each other. Now they're swapping once again. Omarmo around the outside. Quags on the inside. Quags doing a really good job to keep that position. And 2x2 further back here. What just happened with these guys? On the inside goes Nate OG. And on the inside is John Does Work. Goes wide. Ted went wide in turn 6. Turn 7. Nah, yeah, that would be turn 7. That would be a very interesting place to try to make an overtake, but it happened. John Does Work still ahead of Ted here. And now he's going to have a good run out of the corner with the DRS, 2 seconds back from the leaders, which means John Does Work does not get DRS. Ted has the slipstream, Ted has the DRS, and it's going to turn on in just about 50 meters time. After we get past those lights, turn on the DRS, go into the inside, another swap for position for the lead. Omarmo takes the lead, and Quags gives it up. Ted goes into P3, John Does Work in P4, Snoop Francis in P5, and further calamity going down here. Mock Mage and Midnight trying to keep with each other and not lose each other too much time to the pack ahead. Now, Mock Mage and Midnight 3 seconds back from PMW Bum, which is going to be our top 7 DRS train. There's really 2 DRS trains here. P3 to P7, and then P8 to P11 to technically P13. But P11 now because Striker has lost out touch to the other 3 guys in this DRS trade. 4 guys. And that's going to be the top 10 overall. 11th is going to be Striker, and then Shazam, and Berduardo being our first non-points paying position. As you can see there, Shazam has some front wing damage, so he's going to struggle a little bit through this fast section. So does Great Ace. He also has some front wing damage on the left front. Just doing as much as he can as Striker is in striking distance. And is he going to make the move stick down the DRS rate? Doesn't look like Great Ace has too much battery. He's blinking, and he does not. He has a lot lower battery than what I was expecting. Shazam and Berduardo going side by side, just further back. Now Striker gets a move done on Great Ace going down the inside, but Midnight actually having gone off in that corner. A little bit of contact, it looked like, from Striker and Great Ace. Striker going down the inside there. Not too bad of an incident, but yeah, just people fighting for the space on track. Ted now in 4th. John Does Work in 3rd. And this is just DRS game swapping back and forth. Omarmo now in P2 after Quags retakes the lead in this at this moment. Just behind. They're a second back. John Does Work is catching back up to Omarmo and Quags. Not too far away from getting DRS. If they can stick with them just a little bit more, you can see Quags and Omarmo not too far ahead. They will be right there in striking distance if they can play their cards right. John Does Work and Ted work together. They can be in DRS range by the end of the lap. And as you can see there, they aren't even too far from doing so. Ted now having turned having the DRS, and he's going to turn it on just after the streetlights. You saw there is DRS, and there goes Ted down the inside. Omarmo taking the place back, and Quags taking the place from, taking second place, as they're trying to just keep from these guys being in DRS range. They are not doing so well right now. Ted is within DRS range. Can he hold it for another 3 corners? And he might get DRS here. Fastest lap for Ted as well, and that's going to be a pretty important one for the second DRS train, as there's a little bit of a slide there for Ted, but just try to keep it together there. Ted does officially get DRS, and that means that they will be very, very close to the front 2 now. It is now oh wow, okay, it's a 7-train battle. 7-car train for the lead of the race. Realistically, any of these guys could make a move stick, but this is only about to turn into chaos having this many people in the DRS for the lead of the race. Very interesting. These guys are gonna get very spicy, my instincts are telling me. Quags and Omarmo still really holding the pace of these guys. Ted does have DRS, so he will not get overtaken as easily as previously. John Does Work is probably going to have to burn a little bit of battery, which he doesn't really want to do, it looks like. The front 2 having a little bit less battery. Omarmo now taking the inside DRS, and the position inside of DRS, my apologies. Omarmo now back to the lead. Quags in P2. Ted struggling a little bit. And now John Does Work takes P3 out of the corner. John Does Work having a little bit of front wing damage, as you can see there on the right-hand side. And they are still within DRS, so that swap was probably best for them. Quags are going wide into the corner. Now they're battling. Now they're battling even harder, so that means John Does Work is right there with them. John Does Work really looking at the rear end of that Red Bull and going, I think I want that position. Yellow flag further behind. I don't know what it's for, but it's gone away now. John Does Work just holding steady, trying to reserve some battery for that main DRS straight. Just further behind, we're gonna have Ted lurking on in the shadows on the front 3. Snoop Francis not too far behind. Both Haas's in the top 5. Both Red Bulls in the top 6. And that is going to be NATO G behind the other Haas of Snoop Francis. PMW Bum in P7. And Mockmage just behind. As we're going to have a yellow flag and a full safety car for Quags, as he went deep into the corner and went into the wall. Unfortunate for him, as a bunch of people, let's go ahead and see the tires of everybody almost in the top 10 has gone for the medium tires. Omarmo, John Does Work, Ted, Snoop Francis, and NATO G, our top 5, having on the yellow walled medium tires. Quags having made a mistake and went into the wall. He's gonna have to come into the pits, repair his front wing, and go onto some hard tires. And also a broken wing for PMW Bum. I feel like a lot of people are coming into the pits here. Yeah, everybody's coming into the pits for some new tires. 10-second penalty for Ted speeding into the pit lane. Unfortunate for him. Omarmo is going to come out of the pits and let his teammate go in. That double stack was probably not the best of ideas. Eduardo now takes the lead from Great Ace and Striker. All of these guys having stayed out on the old tires. Now Omarmo is going to come out in P4. John Does Work in P5. Ted with a 10-second penalty in P6. Snoop Francis is in P7. Nate OG in P8. Mockmage in P9. Quags in P10, PMW Bum in P11, and DB Monkey Man in P12, our last points paying position. Viper Swipes having a not great start. He's going to go down to P13. Same with Midnight Shazam, not having pitted on this lap, as he pitted just before the safety car came out by 2 laps. And Rockin' Rowdy being our last of the current runners. Everyone P4 and back is on new tires other than Shazam, as we had a spinner. We had a spinner of PMW Bum as he came out of the pits. and it's gonna be unfortunate. Black Ball of 15 says, "Go get him, JDW." John does work. Remember to stay hydrated, everybody. Woo! Gotta love water. Nearly choked. Alright, so our top three, Striker, Great Ace, and Eduardo, yet to pit. Having a lot of pressure from the guys behind Omarmo, John does work, Ted, and Snoop Francis, all on the new hard tires. Quags having lost out of position to Mock Mage into the pits. Doesn't look like he lost too much time. Let's see what's going on. Oh, gotta love it. Some people in chat saying we're running 0-0 wings for this race, and can't say yes because I'm not in a car, but it looks like it. These guys are zooming. Let's go back to looking at this team standings, because actually we can now have a nice little, nice little reference here. Ferrari having sandwiched the entire grid right now. Eduardo leading, PMW bum on new tires at the back. Red Bull doing a pretty decent job. Omarmu net leading the race after the front three pits, and then you're gonna have NATO G and P5, so pretty good stuff from him. Then it's gonna be Racing Bulls. John does work, doing a really good job this season with every tier, not just his own driving. He's currently in P2 after things have gone into the pits, but currently P5 on track. His teammate is going to be second to last. Too many of them. I will show you in just a moment, Sobs. Let's go ahead and pull that up. There you go. John does work, having 75 of those points for Red Bull. Quags having 38 points for the Haas team, and 6 points for Snoop Francis. That is the current standing there. Maybe they had a reserve that did the better job for him. Still under safety car conditions, but not for long, as safety car is coming in this lap. It's been a late call, but that makes sense. I'm going to ride on board with Striker for the safety car restart. Eduardo getting his tires warmed up as much as he can on these used hard tires. He's going to need it, as we're going to have Great Ace right on the back of him. Striker and Great Ace getting a pretty decent start. Great Ace getting a better start than Striker, having a little bit of a hesitation moment. Omarmo doing a pretty decent start. Everyone looks to have gotten a good start. No move for Mock Mage, but Quags is already on the attack. He's going to try to get back up there as soon as possible. Is there going to be any moves down this straight? We're going to have Ted having the best seat of the house. So John does work, looking for Great Ace, as Great Ace has already gotten passed by Omarmo. Omarmo not wasting any time on these used tires. On these new tires, on the used tire runners. Ooh, okay. John does work being patient. Really good job. 77% ain't bad. You right. I would have pulled that graphic up if I knew you were going to ask it, to be honest, but I didn't. Now, Eduardo leads the race from Striker, and Omarmo not too far behind, using his battery already to get a good run out of the corner. Now, Striker is going to go on the inside, and there is a safety car, and it looks like Omarmo got the position done on Striker before the safety car had come out. Omarmo is letting him pass though. So now the full safety car is out one more time. Don't worry about that virtual safety car on your top left. It does look like we got a yellow dot coming out of the pits, and that is a full safety car again. As I think we had a little bit of an incident with DB Monkey. Doesn't look like he has a front wing anymore. It looks like Midnight has a part of his wing missing. And he's going to come into the pits to repair it as well. Ted comes into the pits to serve his 10-second time penalty. And he's going to go back onto the medium tires. Let's see. Yes, it is 10 seconds served. And the medium tires. Midnight comes into the pits to get a new wing. But DB Monkey replaces Ted's time penalty, and he retires in the pits. DB Monkey having enough, and having said enough is enough, and yeah, can't blame you for not predicting the future. You right, Subs, right? You can't. Let's see that beautiful train of cars coming through the chicane. We can see the ball, the sphere, looking at us very menacingly. Right, and we're gonna have the last runner of Ted having served his 10-second time penalty. Midnight actually went on a set of softs. Okay, interesting call. Well, I am gonna predict the future in this race and say that this isn't the last safety car. Surprise, surprise. We've had 2 safety cars in 4 laps, and that just reminds me of the old saying that says safety cars create safety cars. That's true, especially around street circuits. As people get bunched up, people make mistakes, and people get aggressive. Softs, yeah, he's cooked. 10 lap old hard tires for Great Ace and Striker and Berduardo. All 3 of them not having pit yet onto any other set of tires. So they will have to pit. So we can see some interesting bit rate for the streams back there. Omarmo having made up 1 position on that safety car restart on Great Ace. John does work looking to have done the same thing, but was not able to. I'm gonna get a snack real quick. Or blow my nose. Both. I need a Red Bull. Safety car is coming in this lap. We're going to get restarted another time by Breduardo. Just in time for me to come back and watch this very nice restart. This time we're going to go on board with Omarmo. He's going to try to get a better restart than previous. And he does not get a better restart. He actually gets a worse restart. Striker gets a better restart, and so does Great Ace on Omarmo. But still, pretty decent restart overall. Side by side going back here with Quags and NATO G and Viper Swipes and Mock Mage going around the outside. And then further back as well, there was someone else going around the outside. It looked like Shazam or something. There were boatloads of cars. Now down the inside goes Omarmo on Striker. Down now it's going to turn into the outside for this next corner. What is Striker going to do? Is going to hold the inside, and he's going to have it for the next corner. Omarmo takes the position. P2 now for Omarmo. Great Ace trying to get a good run out of the corner from Striker. Striker did not get a great run, having the tighter line. And now Great Ace backs out of the corner. Smart decision from the Williams driver. Now he's going to have another opportunity down this straight as they're all burning all of the battery. And Omarmo now takes the lead of the race. Eduardo in P2. Is he going to get the position redone on him? Omarmo having run out of battery, and Eduardo getting to top speed, not having any more to push. And no moves further down. John Does Work stays behind Great Ace. Francis is still in front of Quags. DRS is going to be enabled as they have completed one full lap as Striker nearly runs into the back of Eduardo as Omarmo actually went really wide into the corner. And he's now going to have a Eduardo in front of him. A Ferrari overtook him into the next corner around the outside, but now Omarmo is going to try the inside. No, he does not. He's going to stay behind for the time being. Striker stays behind as well, and everyone's staying as calm as they can. Calm, cool, and collected, that's what they all say is the best strategy. As we have BMW Bum into the pits. I don't know what happened, but he's going to come out in last. 20 seconds behind the field. Oh my goodness, Omarmo is not liking these new tires. They probably didn't warm up enough. And now he's all the way down to P6. That's unfortunate for him. And now that puts John Does Work in the lead position for when everybody else pits. And that's brought Great Ace, Striker, and Eduardo back to the top 3 steps in this race as they have gone through the entire race on these hard tires. John Does Work, Sue Francis going around the outside, almost getting put into the wall by Great Ace, but they get the move done. Striker now gets the move done on Eduardo as well, and there was a little bit of contact there from John Does Work, and now John Does Work is behind Omarmo. What a turn of events that is. Stu Francis is now the leader of the new tire battlers. Everyone being on 0% battery already, taking this for a 2-lap race. Why don't ya? Wow. Great stuff from these guys. Side by side, John Does Work and Mock Mage going around the outside, making a little bit of contact to the car on the inside, but not too much happened. John Does Work now getting pressured by Quags. Wow, what is going on? Nearly 3 wide behind. Side by side, Omarmo. Sorry, not Omarmo. NATO G now going around the outside of Quags. He did make that move stick as he now has the inside, and NATO G is now in P8. Tried to make a move on P7. John Does Work did not really like that. Now, side by side, Eduardo and Striker going up the fast chicane. The right-left fast corners. Now, a little bit of a tap from Snoop Francis on the new tires. Not what he would have wanted. That gives him a poor run out of the corner. And that's going to mean that he's not going to be able to make a move stick on either of these guys. But you know who will? Eduardo. Now he's going to go to the inside, and Striker doesn't have DRS, nor is he going to use ERS. What? Neither of them have DRS. Interesting. Still made the move stick, so that's good. Striker in a really good position now to do good. as we had 3-second time penalty for Quags, as John Doe's work gets in front of him. Not what he would have ideally wanted. Side by side further back, trying to make a move stick. Viper Swipes in front of NATO G, nearly going through wide. Now down the inside, Viper Swipes goes on the Haas, and the Haas of Quags goes really wide into that corner, and that's going to lose him a couple of positions. Goes wide, nearly goes between him. Ted doing a pretty insane move there, making contact with the Red Bull. Sorry, not the Red Bull, the Haas of Quags, and Viper Swipes. Not really having to worry about that anymore. Now he's on the back of John Doe's work. Viper Swipes is in a net P4, P5, that is. Ooh, I'm running out of voice. More water. 10 more laps to go. Ten more laps to go, everybody. Now, down this straight, what is going to happen? Side by side, 3 wide, go. The front 3. Now, Striker is in front. Is Snoop Francis going to have the move done? No. Striker stays ahead. So, Snoop Francis is the newest tire runner in the top 3. But Striker is in front right now. 3 wide onto the last corner, turn 17. It's a flat corner, but that is scary to watch side by side. Marmo going down the inside of Eduardo. Now he's going to try to make the inside on Snoop Francis. He does not get the space that he needed, but he's going to try to get the run that he needs out of this next quarter with the DRS open. Is Marmo going to have enough slipstream and DRS? He does not, as Snoop Francis has DRS on the car ahead of him as well. Eduardo having lost the position to both of those guys in one straight, and now is the fun part. Now is when they just have to stay together and then play DRS games. I love this track. So much fun. DRS trains, DRS games. Always a good time. Now, top 3 are going to go at it one more time. Striker not having any DRS, but Snoop Francis and Marmo do. Snoop Francis already flashing, which means he's going to lose a little bit of power down this straight. DRS is enabled. DRS is open. Now, Marmo goes to the inside. Snoop Francis has to back out of it as he got squeezed in. And that is going to be Marmo in the lead of the race once more. Striker keeping P2. Snoop Francis just behind, not able to make that move stick. And just further behind, there is a calamity. There's a huge pileup. And there's 3 cars around. 3 cars stopped in the middle of the track. John Does Work, Rowdy, and NATO G were taken into that incident. That's going to be a bunch of people coming into the pits. Eduardo, Quags, Ted, and Midnight all come into the pits first. Ted and Shazam coming into the pits to fix their front wings. Something must have happened. Rockin' Rowdy gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. Same with somebody else. Somebody else had a 10-second, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know. Quags! No. My boy Quags. No, he just has a 3-second. Okay, we're good. I was going to say, where in the world? Alright, we're Gucci. So, medium tires is going to go on for the entire field. The top 5 are probably going to come into the pits. If they don't, well, Striker has to come into the pits. If they don't, it's probably not going to look good, as Eduardo in P6 has new medium tires. Quags in P7 has new medium tires. PMW Bum is on 5-lap old tires. Half the wear that have the new guys. Ted is on old mediums. Midnight is on new softs. Rockin' Rowdy's on new softs. Shazam is on new mediums, and Gradius is on new softs. And NATO G and John Does Work are on new mediums for the time being. This must hurt so much to be behind the safety car and wanting to go into the pits. It's going to be rough. 7 laps to go. This is time for MRL to become MRL. It's exciting. Can't wait to see it. So every lap is about 35 seconds. So that's going to be like 1 minute 7. We're going to have 5 laps when we go going. So it's about 9 more minutes of racing to go. And these soft tires will make it to the end. They will. Soft tires go on for both Striker and Ted. Rockin' Rowdy staying out with his 10-second time penalty. Could it have been that someone hit into him? Yes. I don't know what happened. That's also a fact. Viper swiped in 4th place with old hard tires. He's going to get eaten alive on these tires. And I don't blame him for not going into the pits. He would be all the way down in P11. Maybe even further back. Alright, so while we go down this very boring straight, I'm going to leave again. The soft is territory. This is soft territory. Yeah. 100%. I thought you were going to say soft is treachery. Treachery. It's so cold in my room. It's making me tired. By the way, MRL shirt. Copy some MRL merch if you really love us. We love you here. Nope, medium says Andy. Okay. So that tells me how the softs are in Andy's eyes. Now, one more restart, and I think this might be the last one. We've had 3 safety cars already. My prediction did come true. Oh, there's a pileup back here of people slowing down, and it's interesting. We're gonna have so many people basically side by side trying to avoid each other. I'm gonna ride on board with Mock Mage for this restart, and they've already gone going. Omarmo got a really good launch from Snoop Francis there. Snoop Francis got caught a little off guard, and we're gonna have Eduardo instantly go down the inside of Viper Swipes. Is he gonna make the move stick, going all the way on the inside? Now he's gonna have the outside for this next corner, and he just has the grip to go all the way around the outside. Really good stuff from Eduardo there. And now he's gonna try to stick with him, as Quags is trying to make the move stick as well, and not make it stick, as Viper Swipes is still fighting Eduardo for this P4 position. On track all the way around the outside tries to go Viper Swipes, and Quags trying to go on the inside here, not able to make that move stick. Midnight really getting squeezed to the wall, and trying to make that move stick now on the inside for this next corner. And he's going to be on the outside for the next 2 corners. So Viper Swipes is going to have the advantage. And Quags has the advantage, as Midnight had a little bit of a spin there, half spin. As we're going to have a lot of fighting through these last couple of minutes of racing. I don't even know what's going to happen. Down the inside goes Rockin' Rowdy on Striker. Same with Great Ace on Striker. And now Great Ace is going to try to make a move stick on... Oh my goodness, on Rockin' Rowdy. And he does make it stick. What a move. And now he has a snap, and it's all undone. Guys, that is a MRK moment if I've ever seen one. Just not on the last lap. Down the inside, try to go PMW bum, but Midnight brakes super late. Gets a really good braking zone there, and defends really well. Now, Quags is going to try to make a move stick on Viper Swipes. And then Mockmage not too far ahead. All of these guys have DRS other than Omarmo. He is on game today. He's going to try to make it 3 wins in a row. And if anyone can stop him, it's going to be Eduardo. Excuse me, but he has to get Snoop Francis first. Eduardo on the new tires is quick, but is he quick enough? Mockmage trying to defend against Quags, but Quags has the faster acceleration out of the corner on the new tires. He also has a little bit of front wing damage. Now Midnight is trying to go around the outside. Now it's going to turn into the inside for this next corner. Midnight not being able to do it. Now he's going to have the DRS, the ERS, and the slipstream to make a move stick, but Mockmage uses a little bit of ERS early. Quags using a little bit of ERS early, and not having to use too much of it. Viper Swipes lower on battery than both of these guys. Now Eduardo is going to make the move stick on Snoop Francis on older tires. Now this is Eduardo's chance to start pushing towards Omarmo. Can he get him? Can he take the win from Omarmo? Can he steal the two-time winner of Tier 5? And now down the inside goes Quags, and Quags goes deep into the corner, and Eduardo takes the switch back to second place. What a move from Eduardo to take Snoop Francis' second place back. 1.7 seconds back is going to be his teammate Quags, and they're all going to have DRS behind. Now it's going to be Mockmage and Striker going side by side. Great Ace trying to make the move stick on Midnight. There was not enough room there for any of those cars to be there, but they try to make it work. Great Ace around the outside and gets a spin, and I think taps into one of the McLarens, and that's not going to be good. That causes Calamity behind, and that's going to move a lot of people around. You can just see it on the footage. It is not a fun time to be in that second sector. The first corner of that second sector, it was scary. It's C5, garbage. Fair enough. It's not a good tire compound. As we get 3 more times down this main straight. Whoo-wee. What are we going to see Bum do here? Bum is going to have the DRS. Striker just behind them both with DRS. Quags does not have DRS of his teammate. 2 seconds up the road. And he's just trying to keep with him as much as he can. Omarmo doing an amazing job, I have to say, to just pull out more and more time, even on the used set of hard tires and new set of mediums. This is impressive on Omarmo's part. We're going to have 3 more laps to go, 23, 24, and 25. Nate OG setting the fastest lap of the race all the way down in 14th. He is on the back of the train. It is a DRS train all the way from PMW Bum down. Basically, Striker is a little bit ahead of his teammate Viper Swipes by 1.2 seconds. So he's not getting DRS, but maybe in a lap's time it's going to be that way. Now is going to be very, very hard time for Eduardo to defend against both of these very fast cars behind him. Striker on the move. BMW Bum just behind Quags. Is he going to be able to defend? Quags not using too much ERS. Never mind, he's using all of his ERS. BMW Bum is about the same, but Striker has a little bit more. BMW Bum cannot send it down the inside there. He stayed smart. Two more laps to go as we're going to have Omarmo still 2 seconds up in the lead. He's going to be just trying to keep as much pace as he can. Absolutely dominant. So far, just older tires, worse tires. Still doing a really good job to hold on to the 2 second gap to Eduardo. Snoop Francis in P3. P4 is going to be his teammate Quags. P5 is going to be PMW Bum. And the Ferrari-powered engines are 4 out of the top 5 drivers so far. There is a yellow flag further behind. That's going to be Ted running into the wall of turn 4. But that is not going to be enough. And that's going to be a 10-second time penalty for Ted, having made a collision with Rockin' Rowdy. Let's see the penalties one more time. That also gave a 10-second to Rowdy. So that is unfortunate. 3 seconds for both of them on top of the 10-second they were just given, plus a 3-second for Viper Swipes and for Quags, as NATO G just drops back behind Rockin' Rowdy. Just further up the road, we're going to have Shazam getting past Viper Swipes. And not too far up the road as well as John does work getting past Great Ace. I think Great Ace lifted a little bit out of that corner. So that's unideal because Shazam now has a chance to go down the inside. And Shazam just pushes them all the way to the wall and does not give him room. That is a good move from Shazam, but a little bit Max Verstappen-y like. Great Ace is not going to be too happy about that. He is going to get DRS, and we are going to be on the final lap. And this is going to be the last one and the one that counts. Side by side. Is anybody go for a move? Is anybody going to go for a move? BMW Bum stays behind for the time being. Same does Striker. A little bit further behind than he would have wanted to. But no, Bum goes into the wall and he retires. That's going to be Bum's race over. And he goes back onto the middle of the track. That is not where you want your car to be parked. It's really in the middle of the track. PMW Bum actually gave a 10-second time penalty to Viper Swipes for making contact. That might get removed, but it's still going to be unfortunate for Viper Swipes. He's going to have damage after making contact with the Ferrari driver. Yeah, he has no front wing. That is unfortunate for the McLaren driver. And that's gonna sting. Side by side, it's gonna be for the second place and third place. Snoop Francis is gonna take second place, but nobody's gonna take away 3 in a row from Omarmo. Absolutely wonderful race. There is an incident further back, but that doesn't matter when you're Omarmo and you've won 3 races in a row. That is the win. Snoop Francis comes P2 and Eduardo comes in P3. Striker is going to take P4. Mock Mage is going to take P5. John does work P6, and really close between Shazam and Quags on the line, but Quags is going to have a 3-second time penalty. It's going to move him behind Great Ace. Midnight is going to be P10, NATO G and P11, and that is going to be our top 12 finishers getting points today. Omarmo cooked. Teammate of NATO G, really good job. Striker getting driver of the day, as I think I agree, from last to third. Crazy good race. Not third, fourth, sorry. Really good race from Omarmo. Snoop Francis did a really good job there as well. Eduardo in P3. Reserve doing a really good job this season. Striker in P4 from P16. Up 12 positions, and as you can see there, the top 12 getting points, the top 16 total. Striker took out quads. I didn't see that. I did not see that, so that's going to be an incident. GG's to everybody here. Terrible move at the end by Striker, not necessary. A lot of moves at this racetrack aren't necessary, but they happen anyways. Anyways, that is going to be the end of the stream. Before I say anything more controversial than what I just did, thank you guys so much for being here, and I thank you guys for watching. Go watch some Tier 4.